When I first started playing Outward, I had no idea what to do. I ended up running around the area trying to collect money to save my Lighthouse, only to end up in a ditch after losing a fight to bandits. Here, I'll share 10 tips to help you start out in Outward. The Lighthouse is a safe place where you can sleep, store your items, and cook food. When you sleep in your lighthouse, your hunger and thirst bars are filled, so you do not have to worry about eating and drinking like you do when you're camping outside. The lighthouse also has a chest where you can store useful items. There is a cooking station in the basement of the lighthouse where you can cook food to eat or sell. When you first start out in Outward, you have 5 days to get 150 silver or a writ of tribal favor in order to save your lighthouse. The easiest way to save your lighthouse is to give bandages to Michael Aberdeen on the beach. He will give you a writ of tribal favor in return. You can get bandages from the first area around the Friar Brazier near Yazan, or you can decraft your tattered clothes into linen cloth. After that, you can turn 2 linen cloth into 1 bandages. If you do not get the money or writ of tribal favor within 5 days, you lose your lighthouse. After talking with Risa, she will tell you that your house was sold. You can talk with the guard in front of your lighthouse to buy it back for 300 silver. When you lose health or use stamina, you get burnt health and stamina. This means that your maximum health and stamina decrease. You can remove burnt health and stamina by sleeping. Sleeping increases your burnt mana, but you don't start out with mana, so you don't have to worry about that until later. Also, you can remove burnt stats by using certain potions and foods. You have a hunger and thirst bar in Outward. If you become too hungry or too thirsty, your health and stamina burn faster. Not only does eating and drinking fill your hunger and thirst bars, it can also give you buffs, like stats regeneration. Some foods, such as teas, can decrease your burnt health, stamina, or mana. Recipes that I found really helpful are the Gabbary tartine, jerky, and bitter spice tea. For the Gabbary tartine, you need 1 bread and 1 Gabbary jam. You can make Gabbary jam by cooking 4 Gabberries. You can get Gabberries from the plants in Cierzo and the surrounding area. You can get the bread from the chef for 1 silver. He is on the 2nd level of the pier. For the jerky, you need 2 meat and 2 salt. You can get meat from killing pearl birds or hyenas. You can collect seawater and cook it to get salt, or you can mine at rock salt deposits. For the bitter spice tea, you need 1 spice ochre beetle and 1 water. You have a chance of getting a spice ochre beetle when you gather plants. When I first started playing Outward, I kept on getting beat up by the enemies. As a starting character, you are very weak and will lose most fights. While you are getting ingredients to sell or use to get stronger, you can avoid any enemies. If you accidentally run too close to them, you can run away from most enemies. Eating and drinking the right things can increase your stamina regeneration, allowing you to run away a lot easier. Some enemies, like the hyenas, are pretty fast and can keep up with you even if you do run away. In that case, you may be stuck in a fight. If you find yourself stuck in a fight, take off your backpack. Most backpacks in the game make your dodge rolls slow, making you an easy target to attack. While you do not want to spam dodge rolls as it uses stamina and makes it harder to counterattack, it is helpful to dodge some attacks, such as heavy attacks and magic attacks. Heavy attacks can quickly decrease your stagger bar, and magic attacks cannot be blocked. You want to block light attacks. After the enemies finish their attack, you have an opening to counterattack. There are multiple different weapon types in Outward. For example, there are swords, spears, and axes, with many other options as well. Each of the melee weapon types have their own attacks and combos. When you pick up a new weapon type, you can swing the weapon around to see which weapon types you like and are comfortable using. When you are fighting enemies, you may notice a white bar underneath their health. That is their stagger bar. Hitting an enemy decreases their stagger bar, and when it goes below half, the enemy staggers when you attack it, preventing it from attacking and blocking. When the stagger bar reaches 0, the enemy falls down. Staggering enemies can make a huge difference in fights, as staggered enemies cannot fight back. After getting some money, winning some fights, and looting different places, you can upgrade your gear. You can find different armors from looting the area or from buying them from the blacksmith. You can also craft different armors such as the Ammonite armor, or you can ask the blacksmith to make new armor for you. The blacksmith in Cierzo can make you the blue sand armor set if you give him money and blue sand. These armors will make you much tankier than before and will give you much more wiggle room in case a fight goes bad. You can also buy iron weapons, which will be better than the lower tier weapons you usually find around the area. After getting the iron weapons, you can turn them into fang weapons by using the iron weapon, a linen cloth, and predator bones. One-handed iron weapons need 1 predator bones, and two-handed iron weapons need 2 predator bones, which you can get from fighting hyenas. The enemies in the starting region have strengths and weaknesses to different elements. Rags add elemental damage to your weapon. Using rags that the enemies are weak to can make a huge difference in fights. For example, mantis shrimps are weak to ice damage, so I can put an ice rag on my weapon and do extra damage. You can tell if enemies are weak to the element you are using if the health bar flashes red when you attack them. If it flashes yellow, the enemies are resistant against your attack. Traps are easy to get from the supply caches located throughout the starting region. If you see an enemy that is far away, you can place down traps first before getting close to them. After that, you can run back to your traps. Enemies like to chase you. The enemies won't know what hit them. These are 10 tips that would have helped me a lot when I was first starting. I hope you found them helpful. If you are having problems with getting money to buy better gear, click on the info card for more tips. Otherwise, I'll see you later.